You want a sweet little country song? We don't do quiet. We don't test, it should only known. We don't do quiet. We don't do quiet, we don't do small boots. Hit hard, make the whole bar fall. Little bit sweet, little bit reckless. You can't hang, you can't handle Texas. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going out there? This is Tracy Two-Step on the beat and the business. And then my host over here. Who are you?
Well, it's the mighty Ray Swoope, man. You know what time it is, man. The beat and the business, live and direct. How y'all doing, good people?
Most definitely, most definitely. You're on the Beat and the Business Live. Thank you for tuning into the show and the live stream. Please share. We're on air, literally. So come on in. We're hot right now on the mic. Ready to go. How are you doing, Ray? What's going on?
Oh man, I'm hanging, man. Can't do too much complaining.
Yeah.
Preparing for Springboard Fest this weekend, and there's a lot of festivities going on with that. So I've been keeping busy with that, and regular.
You got it.
Making good music, and taking care of the business.
Yeah. Well, you said it, Springboard, everybody. Check out springboardtexas.com. Springboard, Texas, spell Texas, TEXAS.com. Yes, I spelled that. I'm out of public school, but you just trust me. We're getting into it. It's live with Boot Stars Guitars, the production company, and you are on the Beat and the Business. We are about to roll through here with a friend, a beautiful creative individual, but I'm going to let him tell you more. And then tonight we'll be doing something a little bit different because we have someone who's been rocking with music. He's in the pit, he's backstage, he's capturing what you as people never get to see. You'll understand that in a moment. When I say capture, that is the word tonight. We're setting the tone. We're going to say it. Let's just go quick. Our artists, I'm looking at 3 cameras. Our artists spend all their time on their songs, right? But the image is what is first.
The visuals. Yeah.
The visuals are weak. Your brand is weak, period.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all promotion.
Yeah.
Man,
so
you gotta
tonight
look
we're
good.
getting in it.
You gotta look good.
We're getting in it. All these artists, you got it wrong. What actually matters is how the right shot can change everything. Honest to goodness, that is the truth. So if you're watching right now, you need to head on over across the street to YT. If you'd like to engage, come join us, mess with us, send your messages in a nice way. You can join in, or right here, you're with me as well. So thank you for watching. Keep watching. Share this out there. You're on right now. Tap in with Tracy Two-Step. Drop where you're watching from so I can see you, as well with Ray Swoope. We've got our guest, Ron. I'd like to go ahead and grab him. But first, Ray, tell me something, and then we'll grab our guest for tonight.
Well, something with regards to Ron, and just anything. I can tell you something.
Anything, and then Ron's great at telling us.
Yeah, like I said, this here is the photographer to the stars. When you talk about A-list to A-list, the man shot Ward's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So who's what and who's who of anybody that, and then the thing about it is the brother is the flyest, he the freshest, he the sharpest pencil in the pack. Every time you go to the party, Ron gonna step out, but you got to when you the photography man, gotta look good. You gotta look good. So that's why I'm really excited to have him on here, because so he can share some of the wisdom that he's been passing along to me personally. That's why he's a perfect guest to bring on, because he knows the importance of having a great package. He knows the importance of having, and then like just his experience of just he'll find out. He'll tell you how to capture that shot. Maybe you might
on this show, we have the 3 questions, and it's our hit list. So we'll be asking him that. Thank you all. I see you there. Thank you so much. Yeah. Tune in. I'm going to go ahead and grab him. It is Ron. And Ron and I have something in common, except for tonight I'm not as shiny as normal. But welcome to the show, The Beat and the Business, and it is Mr. Ron. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Your sound is really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it. Okay.
How you feeling, man? You good?
I'm good. I'm great, buddy. Shoot, I'm in great company tonight.
No, that's right. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
It's
Sure.
blocking.
Yeah.
Hey, it's good to have you in here. This is Ron. Ron, please say your full name.
My name is Ron Fontenot.
Fontenot. Did you hear that? Yep, that's Ron.
As in South Louisiana, Fontenot.
That's what I was about to say, y'all. Listen, it's FON 10 TENOT. So it could be Fon 10 Ot.
Could be.
If you want me to break it down like public schools, what I say.
Yeah.
So there you go, Fontenot.
That's
How
it.
are you doing?
It's wonderful. Good day. I'm getting ready for some more work coming up. Like Ray was saying, springboard's coming up. That's going to be a busy week. And I've got a behind the scenes shoot tomorrow morning at Wire Road, doing some behind the scenes there. And then I've got a shoot here at my studio at the house at 1. And then we're going to shoot on out to tomorrow evening for the little meet and greet for springboard people over at West Chase Hilton. So it's going to be a full day.
Right.
Yep. I have my.
What you shooting at Wire? What you got going on right there?
When's that?
I said, what you shooting at Wire? What are you shooting?
Oh, Wire Road. There's Barry's doing a production on an artist he's got there, and so they're bringing in a string section to pull it in. So I need to do some behind the scenes on that string section. We've got some behind the scenes on the other parts of some songs, but we don't have any for the string section. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna pop in and catch some of that behind the scenes stuff, and we'll get that available as inserts on the album when they come out. So for those artists out there, if you think behind the scenes don't matter, they matter all the time. They matter all the time. I did speaking of behind the scenes, I did a studio session in Dallas back in 2016. And a drummer, famous guy by the name of Vinny Caluta. He's Herbie Hancock's drummer. Okay, for many years. Back in 2016, we did that shot in the studio in Dallas. Last year, a publisher and an editor from Paris, France calls up, and he's representing the Drummers magazine, the Paris edition. And he saw some photos I did of Vinny and wanted to have them on the cover.
Nice.
So of course, we got Vinny's permission, of course, and had Vinny choose out which ones he wanted. And so there they are. They're edited out, and you can see a copy of that on my website in the magazine cover. So back in 2016, that image finally showed up as a magazine cover. A behind the scenes shot that nobody thinks is ever going to go anywhere.
Wow.
Yep.
There it is.
You never know, right?
Every photo is important.
So on this show right now, we don't just do audio radio. So we're a full live broadcast. We're also a live stream, so you can engage. And what he's talking about is if you go over to YT across the street, hey, Big G, watch the room. You'll be able to see what I'm seeing, and it's on his wall. That's what he's discussing. For sure. Pretty cool. So looking for you all right now. Keep listening. I got something coming for you. We talked about springboardtexas.com. Hey, CD, watch the room. We lost the co-host tonight. We've got Ron on. Ron, I actually will be there tomorrow night. I'm not going to say exactly where because I got us on with, you already got over 1,000 watching. So I will be seeing you very soon, and then I'll be able to see Ray pretty soon. Ray Swoope, y'all. There's an E on the end of that. Music, creative, photos last a lifetime. What is that image that is there when you're trying to get out your music, or not even just music? You're trying to get a piece out there that's visual, that's blunt, that comes across in a clip or a capture inside of you that you're trying to get. Who is out there that you have actually photographed that you would say was what you feel is your biggest, best moment that you got to capture?
The one that comes to mind first off, amongst all the others, is one I caught of Devin Allman. who's his dad is Greg Allman, but
There
Devin
you go.
has got his band over here, and he did a show here in Houston, and a shot that I caught him, he was jumping off the drum riser down to his level, and he is midair banging that guitar. Okay. And we talk about energy on stage. That's how you keep that audience on the edge of their seat, is with energy on the stage. And I was there right at the end of right at the base of the stage, and I can't get good pictures if my camera's down around my waist. You got to have that thing up in your face the entire show. Okay. And you don't want to miss a shot, because you know how long it takes to jump from one riser down to the stage level. It goes that fast, and you have got to be ready for it. And he's a hell of a performer anyway. So he's the one that'll make your photographer's job real easy, but you got to be on your toes.
Right. Right. I was going to ask you, Ron, how do you go about capturing that perfect photo? Because I know we've talked before about, riding the emotion, riding the wave, and there's an art and a science. So it's not like you just standing there snapping pictures, because if that's the case, anybody could do it. But when it comes to becoming a professional photographer and getting these pictures that wind up on these covers of magazines and capturing, how do you you explain to us, what.
Well, the first thing it takes is I tell artists this all the time, because they ask me that same question, and the answer first is that there has to be a performance on stage, because I, as a photographer, can't put it there. Okay. Right. So the artist is going to have to bring the performance. Okay. Now, from my side, what I can control is that I have to be aware of the artist. I have to know what they're doing. I have to be aware of their music. And I have to be aware of how they tell their stories. What expressions are they using? How energetic is their show? How passionate are they about telling their particular story in each of these songs? Because every song is a story. Okay. So how passionate are they about telling every one of those stories? So as a photographer, I have to have an intimate knowledge of that artist to be able to predict and read where he's going to go, what they're going to do, how they're going to move, and how they're going to tell that story. So if I'm doing my job right, I'm waiting on them.
Right.
Okay. Because I know when a song rises, and I know when it falls, and I know when it comes back up again, and I know when it's going to end. And I have to have a good idea of how that artist is going to end that song. Some artists, will end with a kick. Some will end with a big guitar swing. Some will end with this big hero stance on the stage. Every artist is different. You were the same way. I have to be aware of how you perform to catch those images. You know, when are you going to get passionate about telling your story in a mic to that audience? And as a photographer, I have to be aware, and I have to be ready.
Right. Yeah. So I can definitely admit, like, some of the best photos I've ever had of my performances. That's what, like just seeing your eye for it, and what struck you to take. Like, you are a hell of a performer. Speak to specifically why is it important? Is it that important? And if so, why is it so important specifically for independent artists to have good photos, be it headshots, promo? Why should you? Is that important? And if so, why? Why is that important?
Okay, well, I'll reflect this very short story to you. I was capturing some artists here in Houston years ago, and they were able to use some of their images that I took of them on stage in their EPKs.
Wow.
Okay. Now, one artist from Houston, her name is Sarah Grace. She started here in Houston as a young singer, young artist. She was able to put some of her performance images on her EPK, submitted those out to American Idol.
Okay.
The Voice, I'm sorry. Right. And so she got submitted, and she went in through, and she made it through to the finals. Okay. Wow. Now, did those photos get her in? I don't know. But you know what? A good photo on an EPK is not going to hurt you.
Yeah, right.
Okay? And the same thing with Zach Person. He's a guitarist out of Austin. He went to American Idol, made it to the semifinals, had good pictures on his EPK. Okay. that just illustrate that when you have good images on your EPKs or any messages or any material that you're going to use to give off to promoters and producers and club managers, if you don't look professional, if you don't look like you know what you're doing, if you don't look serious, that's going to sit on the side of the table for a long time.
Right.
That is true.
Right.
Every bit of that. It's yeah. So I'm answering a question. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I see you up there. The people that are paying attention to you. So, what do you think the biggest mistake an artist can make the second they step on that stage and you're seeing it through the lens?
They look like they're not really serious. They look like they're part of the stage hands that are running equipment around the stage. They don't look like they're ready. They're unprepared. They've got a mic stand in the wrong place. They, for lack of anything else, they're not dressed for the occasion. Okay.
Yes.
You hear the term "dress to impress." Well, in this business, it's especially important because you don't know who's going to be in the audience. Okay. And the other thing is that a lot of artists don't understand is that depending on the size of the audience, you probably got 40% of that audience got their phones up, videotaping your act right there. Okay.
Oh yeah, and zoomed in, like completely zoomed in on you.
Right. So like whether you know it or not, you're live. Okay. In a lot more places than that venue.
Yeah,
so
you are.
You've got to look serious. You got to look like you're energetic. You got to look like this is the best show you've ever done. And a phrase that we use at Springboard a lot of times is that when you get up on stage, play like you're at a much bigger venue than where you're at.
Right. For sure. That's some really good advice.
Yeah, you went there, and there's still not a lot of understanding about how important that is. It's not about your image. Like, we're not saying you need to like look a certain way or perfection or a look that is dolled up. We're talking about presentation. We're talking
not a fashion
about
show. That's
exactly.
right.
Now, however, I might be extra.
All right. Exactly.
Being extra is better than the opposite.
And you know what? As soon as you show up, the expression on your face is going to tell them how excited you are to be there.
Right.
Yes.
Right. For sure.
And then, of course, you know Ray very well, and you actually know me too. We took you somewhere to a live music awards, smaller place, and if you looked all around, I think we had sequins and fringing just shining everywhere.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, that is.
I tell artists all the time, and Ray knows this, is that I've told that artists that when you show up, show out. Be serious, walk the walk. And make your audience always wonder, what are you going to wear next? What are you going to look like next? Have that abandonment in there to where they're not sure, but yet they want to show up just to see. What are you going to do? What are you going to wear? How are you going to look? How are you going to engage them? So my feeling is I can't be talking that talk without walking the walk. Okay.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
So, and you guys know that every time I show up to Springboard, there's questions out there on the floor. So what is he going to wear next? And you know what? That keeps my audience engagement up.
Right on.
Most definitely. I do. I'm always looking to see what Ron's wearing. Ron's always going out.
Dressed. You're gonna know Ron is in the building, Jack. All you gotta do is go look for the best dressed man in there. You're gonna see him.
Look right
Ron,
over.
I was wondering, speaking about the A-listers and being sharp and being prepared for the moment, who was, I promote you, I promote you as the photographer to the stars, but tell our listeners, like, who are these A-listers? Like, why should they resort to, taking the advice of Ron Fontenot? Why should they take his opinion, especially if he didn't see no photo? And then, if you can, like, kind of talk about your beginnings and what prompted you to want to be a photographer.
Well, it started out where I was just I I just wanted to take pictures of a show before I really set my professional sign out there on the street. I was just enjoy capturing images on the show because I used to play music back in the 60s and 70s. And as it turned out, it just wasn't the universe says this is not the career for you. Okay. So I had enough time on stage, just very small stages, obviously, to know how that felt. Okay. And know that energy rush and know what it's like when an audience is really into you and stuff, and how that feeling is and how important so much of this stuff is. So capturing that, I'm able to have a really close relationship of what the artist is going through. Okay. I get butterflies before a show as well. Okay. I'm not performing, but I get butterflies before the show as well. Okay. And but that's my own artistic insecurities that are having me do that. I just started shooting pictures of artists around town and wherever I could go, and they saw them on social media, and I would be seen in the clubs, and they would say, "Oh man, Ron's back again! Fantastic, looks good." Then after a few months of that, them seeing those pictures, I started getting some phone calls because they were wanting more serious work. They were wanting shots in the studio. They were wanting shots specifically for their performance. Okay. They were wanting headshots. They were wanting studio stuff, for promotional pieces that they could put on flyers and handout cards and stuff. So it built very slowly, but it built all by word of mouth.
Right.
In the years that I've done this, I have never spent a dime on advertisement.
Wow.
Never have. It's all been word of mouth. And word of mouth, it starts from like getting invited to document the band Wars having their star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Gloria Gaynor calls. I've photographed Duke Ellington's orchestra in concert. Okay, the pictures I take of them in show are on their website. I did Glenn Miller's orchestra in the studio. So Earth, Wind and Fire, I was called to do that show. Photographed Lionel Richie when they were at that show. I photographed Buddy Guy and Tito Jackson in Las Vegas. Okay. Elvin Bishop, Devin Allman, like you say, Roger Fisher, who was started the band Heart, wrote the song Barracuda. Okay. I did B.B. King's band. Josh Dunham, bass player for Prince when Prince played the Super Bowl. Okay. I got called to do shots for him. Shelley Carroll, who's a sax player with Duke Ellington's orchestra, shot with him. Vinnie Colaiuta for Herbie Hancock's band. Sir Earl Toon with who wrote the song Celebration with Kool and the Gang. Okay. Timothy B. Smith from the Eagles. Okay. I photographed his show here in town. Ruthie Foster. The list just goes on. And a ton of local artists that just want that attention of getting something done right. So, and that's where it starts. And so one talks to another, another one talks to them, and they see the results of all those previous pictures, and they're basically saying, I want some of that. What can you do for me? So in that, I have to get very educated on the artist to make sure that my images of that artist capture that artist's personality and their passion.
Right.
That's what that is.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, what'd you say?
Our viewers, I'm in and talking about the guests. We're dropping Lionel Richie's name like it's nothing to the 5,000 people looking at me. Shout out to Sonny V. We're all paying attention. Continue on in the show.
Yes, for sure. That's what's up, man. Well, I think that's really, really cool, man. Like I said, I always promote you as like the artist the photographer to the stars.
He's an artist.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely, most certainly. And I know you were telling me, it was once we were sitting there talking, you were talking about like just the different angles that you take to make a image project a certain kind of way. You can shoot from the top or from the bottom up to make something look grander, top down, and like talk about that, like as far as like perspectives and
Well,
some of your techniques that you use to kind of make the artists look good or look better than what they may have actually looked at. During that time.
Well, the first kind of rule is that when an artist is on stage, it's really good if you can make them look larger than life. Okay. The first thing we do is look at where the camera is going to be located when that shot is taken, which is usually around knee-high level to the artist. Okay. Right. Looking up at the artist. Okay. And that gives a good view of everything behind the artist. So you're not seeing all the instruments behind him. You're seeing more of the background of the stage and the lights and the atmosphere. Okay. And then from that location, because I use 2 different cameras while I'm shooting, I use a long lens and a short lens. So the short lens is going to give me a very wide angle look. It's going to give me a whole shot of the stage and the environment. Then I'll switch to that other camera. It's got that long lens onto it, and I catch that shot really close up, catch their profile of their face where I can read the logo on their glasses like I did.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And I catch that. And what happens then when I catch that really close profile image of an artist like that, that's when I catch that artist speaking into the mic, very passionate. He's looking at the audience. Okay. And so that communication between the artist and the audience and the expressions of telling that story, that timing that I use is I got to capture that moment in the part of that story where the expression on that artist's face is really emoting that emotion and energy about that song. And that expression tells everything. I don't have to do anything but be ready for it when it comes.
Right on.
And that's it.
That's dope.
I like that. Ron, I have a question for you. Yeah. I had the pleasure recently with Ray of having an artist on who has worked with legendary individuals. And he gave me a couple of photographs, and I'm going to show a couple of those. And I want you to look at this first one and tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
I noticed something right away, and I giggled off screen. I didn't do it while we were here, but I know what I noticed. So I'm very curious about what you think when I show you this. And I'm about to show this everybody. I'm not going to say who it is. He probably knows who this is. There's a reason I want him to see this. The white jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when was that shot? Back in the 70s?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
They look real familiar to me, and I can't
Leonard Skinner. But look at where the shot. So when they shot that angle, I'm guessing they were down, not on stage. They were down in front of the stage. Am I right?
That's right. That's right.
That picture, I looked at that and I went, there's something in it.
Yeah. There's
and then they gave me this one.
Oh, yeah. There's all right there. And
they didn't know who the other person was. And I went, you've got to be kidding me. I actually know the blonde. He's a kid here. Yeah. In this picture. Do you know who that is?
Isn't that Greg Allman?
It is.
When
you said Greg Allman earlier, I went, wait, I've got something.
Yeah.
It is.
And see, there's a great behind the scenes shot.
Yeah. I wanted you to see that. And then they gave me this one. Isn't that cool?
Oh, geez. Yeah. I love that shot.
You know who that is?
Oh, geez. Yeah. Oh, Bonnie Raitt?
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Bonnie. Okay. Right. I am so terrible with names. I second guess myself all the time.
I do the same thing. Same thing. But we have Jackson Highway to thank for that, preserving all of that. And we can share this now with you. Yeah. And but I got to tell you, Ron, when you started talking about angles and photographs, I immediately thought of that picture. What did they do? Do you think they stood down, like while Leonard Skinner they're on the stage? Because that photo makes me look somewhere.
Yeah. Well, back in those days, the stage was either really high or really low. And sometimes the stage was as high as maybe the trailer of an 18-wheeler. Okay. And so for large venues and big festival type shows, the stage is sometimes a lot elevated. Okay. And so the person right up next to the stage, they're going to get that view, which is very restrictive as far as I can tell.
It's a good
but that's early in music history, and they were still trying to find out or figure out what was going to work for them. Okay. It wasn't that height because they made it easier on the photographer. It was that height because they had a lot of equipment underneath it that they had to keep going.
Right.
I get it.
So
I knew that you would understand it better than me.
Yeah. It made it difficult for the photographer because that photographer would have to stand back quite a ways.
Yes. But I knew that I was like, wait a minute, because he was like, is it? And I'm like, it is. It's so he has his hands on things, and it's out of Fame. It's in Muscle Shoals.
Yeah.
And you just heard my country come out. So Muscle Shoals still has Fame, the recording studio there, very famous recording studio. And Muscle Shoals is very, very historic for a lot of things that have gone there. Have you ever been there?
I have not been there. I've been wanting to go there, and I hear they're getting a whole lot more publicity lately too.
They are. They're doing a lot in art, culture, preservation, and Dolly recorded some of her first stuff out there. So I want to go too. But I just had to show you that. I knew because I've been wondering, like, that shot? Okay.
Yeah.
And the people
too. Hey, Ron, I want to ask you a question about what Springboard. What exactly is Springboard and your affiliation with them? Like, how did you link up with Springboard? And tell our and because we talk about Springboard quite often on this particular podcast.
Right.
And we speak about it. We've had a number of yourself, we had Barry, we've had a number of different representatives. But from your perspective, like what is Springboard? What is that association about? What was it made up of? And,
Springboard is Springboard is an event where artists. It's designed to be the launching pad for artists who just don't know where to go. Right. Okay, they're very early in their career. They can be very late in their career, but just want a change of some solid direction. It's headed up by a group of mentors, like you may have seen, and these are all movers and shakers in the industry, from producers, recording engineers, lawyers that are nothing but music lawyers, venue managers and stuff and owners, people like me, songwriters, advertising people. These people come and speak on discussion panels and are not paid. None of us are paid to go to Springboard and speak on what we know about. Okay. It doesn't cost anything for the artist to go there either. Okay. So what this is a place where the artists can go here, get educated so that they can make some real successful decisions, not get taken for a ride, and not be convinced to make rash decisions that are unnecessary and expensive. Okay. When you make them, you have the ability to meet other artists in your same position musically. And with that, you also have the opportunity to collaborate with these artists. Okay. Singer-songwriters have the opportunity to meet musicians. They get a chance to meet studio people. They get a chance to meet actors. They get a chance to meet people who write commercials. Okay. So it's a huge networking opportunity for artists to come in.
Okay.
So if there's a single artist out there who they write their own songs, they play a single instrument, and they're a solo act, this is their opportunity to basically meet their future band.
Right.
Meet their next songwriter that their collaborations are gonna all come in together. So they can walk in as one and walk out as five.
Right.
Okay. And have a whole new future of it. And then in the process, get educated on how to tell a sham from a not sham, and how to make a profitable decision with their music business. Okay.
Right.
So many artists are artists, they're musicians, they're singers. It's difficult for an artist to be a business person. Plain and simple.
Right.
It is.
Yeah, right.
We know what we know, we do what we do. Okay. I'm a photographer. I'm not a great business guy. Ask my banker, he'll tell you. Okay.
Right.
So I'm not that good on Instagram. Okay. Right. I know how to do what I do. So the thing you learn at Springboard is how to create a circle of a network around you to help you move your business forward. That's how you do that.
In entertainment.
There's There's no judgment. We don't care about your political affiliations. We don't care about who you're married to, who you're not married to. We don't give a crap about what religion or faith that you believe in. That's not important. What's important about Springboard is the art. We're there about the art, pure and simple.
Dope.
And
it's about getting back to the root of music in the community. And so we care about them as people. We just don't have any of the outside energies. So when you come in, you're going to get a full panel of information, guidance, support system, network. You'll meet some. You just mentioned a couple of things that I'm getting nods over here. You said social media. They're like, yeah, well, me either. I'm getting that one. No, not me. I actually can. Thank goodness. But it's a couple of things that you mentioned. So I'm confirming, saying yes. So you're at, what does it say, Kane? 8.5. Thank you. Yeah, 8.5 thousand. So I'm watching both, keeping us all engaged and saying thank you. Hey, Monsoon, nice to see you. And lots of information there. And you can go to Springboard Texas. Do not forget, Springboard Texas, spell it out, .com. And you can attend. You can actually attend. A ton of musicians will be there. Just a whole eclectic, or it's a variety. It's not one genre. You've got to come absorb that. It's free. You've got to come see that.
Yeah, and it's amazing how it's something to see how it boggles a lot of minds. How can you have all those genres in one place, and yet they all come together? How can that be? How can hip hop and rap mix up with blues and bluegrass? But at that point, we've taken the unity of art and merged it with the unity of just people. Okay.
Right.
And the art.
I would say one thing that I noticed from being a participant last year, one thing that really impressed me, aside from, like you said, the wealth of knowledge and wisdom that you guys give, that information that you give so freely, you guys did a wonderful job of curating as far as the artists that you selected. Each artist I found myself listening to, regardless of what the genre is, like you said, some artists, obviously I'm not Mr. Country or whatever, but the artist that I made a really good connection, as a matter of fact, with one of the artists, my man Dan Corio, his band, he does like a country brand of music, but we connected and we still contact each other, and we work to doing work to this very day. You guys do a wonderful job with curating your selection of artists. And that's one thing I wanted to say, like Springboard, that's what let me know you guys are serious, because of the level of talent. You don't just bring just anything or anybody across the stage, because like you said, if you mix the genres, they better be able to bring it in that selective genre, because if you're already not into that music, then you find yourself watching this artist like that. That's just like doubles it down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what hats off to you guys with regards to that. What is your curating process? How do you go about and then tell our artists, any of these independent artists, how would they be participants? How would they get their music to you so that they could
well, you can see now it's of course it's a little late in the game to sign up for.
I'm talking like future.
Right, but just go to springboardtexas.com and you can see it, or springboardfestivals.com, and you can see more information about that. We have a lot of our participants come back year after year. There are Springboard alumni, okay? And there is so much volume of information to absorb. It's literally impossible to soak everything down, okay? To grab everything. So a lot of artists will come back the following year or the next opportunity when they can get to do this continuing education, okay, if you will. And in that, they come back knowing that they're not the only one that's returning. So they're coming back, seeing a bunch of old friends again. So now this is their chance to meet up that they might not have had a chance earlier to connect with. Now they get a chance to meet that person and say, oh man, I saw you last time. I was really good. Man, I've been wanting to get hold of you and it just wasn't working, but now we're all back together again. And so every time these artists come, they find that they learn a little bit more than they did last time. Okay. And the next time they're going to learn a bit more. And we're getting more and more people who are videotaping those educational pieces because they don't want to miss that. Like when we talk about how you put together a tour, what all does it take? Who do you talk to? What all has to be in the manager? We got a tour manager that comes in. Okay.
Right.
We have band managers come in. We have the lady who started Guns N' Roses, man, as a manager. She comes and talks. Okay.
Right.
So a lot of our artists are coming in and they're using their phone to videotape that segment that's important to them because nobody can take notes that fast. Okay.
Right.
And they want to capture it for next time and go back and listen to it again. And we're getting a lot of that. So we have a lot of returning artists this time as well. Okay. In fact, the lady that I'm photographing tomorrow in the studio session, she was at a Springboard session in last year, coming back again. Yeah, she's from up in the Northeast, so she's coming down again, learn a little bit more. Okay,
it's not VT, is it?
Huh?
Is it VT?
No, this is Safra Levitan. She's up in Northeast, up in Jersey, I think. So, yeah, she's coming down again.
Nice.
She's a very kind of a boho fashion person.
Yeah.
She's keyboard and horn, and she's just very laid back. So we're gonna have some fun in the studio, creating images and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and so Springboard, yes, it's starting out. I'm answering questions again. Starting out in Houston, and again, if you go to the website, you can check that out. So starting out in Houston, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going over into San Antonio, heading up to South Austin, San Marcos area. You'll see me there. The 30th and 31st. And then you'll be heading to DFW. I just came from there. So I will be with the majority of it. The Sergeant Two-Step Foundation will be on the 30th and 31st in the area of San Marcos. So it's a college town. Texas State is there. Everyone, this is really cool. It's open to the public. Yes. It's something you want to attend. 365 free things to do in ATX.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap up at the Stockyards in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
We've got venues that are just right across the street from each other, so you can see artists constantly performing. And we're doing that, and we're connecting. I'm shooting pictures, and there's going to be some video shot. And not every performer is going to get to do this, but you know what? Come to one. Don't perform, just come and network the first time and see what it is. Get your feet wet, get a feel for what the flow is. Then the next time comes around, submit yourself as a performer, come into it. See if we can get you on stage, just like Ray did.
Right on.
Exactly. We just did that. So we had to say thank you out there to T3R. Thank you out there for Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. We were just there representing. A lot of good stuff going on. We got to see Katie Beth perform live on the big stage. Shout out to her. Brooke Graham, I talked to her, and she's doing her best to get to Springboard. She's like, my goodness, I had no idea. And so I was there. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? By the time I left there, I had talked to everyone, and we had some Nashville people in, and they work with Chris Young. And this is somebody that I do need to get connected to Springboard, the board. He was very interested in what was going on. And I said, yeah, this is a whole nother level. They would love to talk to you, and so would I outside of here. But great show. I have to say thank you because we were guests there. So shout out to every one of you that were nominated, everyone that won, all of the stations. Everyone was great. Couldn't have gone any better. No. So fabulous.
There's one thing else that Springboard will make available to you, and as far as knowledge and placement, is getting to show you how your original song can be placed in motion picture and television.
Right on.
Okay. Now that pays like right now, a lot better than Spotify and a lot faster. Okay. But it doesn't take, what you're going to learn is that it doesn't take an A-side or a B-side song to get that song placed into a television show or a movie. Okay. Because that song represents the feel of a specific scene in a movie. That's all it is. Sometimes it's 10 seconds, sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's a couple of minutes, depending on the scene that's in that movie and how that song is going to help set the mood for that scene or that race or that shootout or whatever. Okay. And you can literally sit down with a guitar and hum a tune and record that. Okay. That piece is eligible for placing in a movie. If you think about it, just do it a little clap and a hum. How many times have we heard something like that in a movie?
Yeah, right.
A lot. Okay. And that's not a song you're going to sell, but you know what? You sell it to Netflix.
Right on.
There you go.
For sure.
So how do you do that? How do you get it placed? Barry Coughing runs the thing. He himself has written over 300 songs that are still placed in motion picture and television. Okay. And his database is where producers from Netflix to Grey's Anatomy to directors, they all come to his database to find these little snippets of songs. Okay. So what a director is going to do, he's going to go to that database, he's going to go to the search window, and he's going to type in a few keywords of something that's relevant to the song he wants. There's going to be a short list of songs that come up there. He's going to listen to several of them, and he's going to say, I want that one. He's not going to know whose song it is or what the name of the song is or anything until he says, I want to know who that is. At that point, a music supervisor gets hold of the artist and says, your song has been chosen. Here you go. So it can happen. It can happen.
For sure.
So that's not where what you look like is important. It matters. It's down to what your talent is. So your art is what's going to pull you to the top, which is an artist. That's what we really want. That's it. This is one of the things you'll learn in Springboard. Okay.
Right. So, for sure.
Yeah, and we love that our audience, we like that you like interacting with us. I see your message. We do invite you to keep tuning in, do what you need to do on that side. And of course, if you come across the street, I have to say that way on purpose. You'll check out the whole visuals, but you are getting the live version right now. So I engage with our guests in here and say thank you. Is that Sonny? Ah, there he is. We had Sonny be
here.
Blanco.
Man, Sonny. Yo, dude.
Yeah,
Crab popped in.
That's actually how we got connected. You know what I'm saying? Through
yeah.
my man Blanco, my brother.
There he is. That's the man right there.
He's my new friend.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love it.
That guy is made for motion picture right there.
I haven't met him yet, but we had a show on and he was tuning in. I'm like, you need to tune into every show. He is. He's great at getting them rolling over here. I do see you there.
Like your strongest set of advice for an independent artist, like, you know, that is looking to break into the business, that has all the talent in the world, but may not necessarily have, you know, the necessary business acumen. What would be like your most pertinent, you know, your advice for an artist of that caliber?
You're going to have to, and this is the difficult part, because who knows where to go. Which is what makes Springboard so valuable, because you have all these people in one place at the same time that you wouldn't know where to search them out for. But in essence, as a single artist just wanting to look someplace, it's all about relationships. Find a list, create yourself a list of venues that you have as a wish list. I would like to play there, and you can go there and speak to the venue's manager and just openly ask them, what kind of music are you looking for? I'm looking to find a home for this. Would my music fit? Here's a sample of my music. Okay. Here's a video of one of my songs. Okay. Does this work for you? Is it something? Visit the venues on your own to see what you think about them. Is it comfortable enough? The venue owner or manager is going to be your first big contact. They want you to be there. If you're a good artist, and if you are somebody that can put seats in their hall, bring people in. If you've got some fans that come in, bring some fans with you. They love that part. For them, it's about putting butts in the door. Okay. And can you do it? Okay. But you're still going to need a relationship with that venue owner or that venue manager. And so you want to make almost like a small partnership with them. They can help you and you can help them. Okay. Find if you got some, if you don't have a songwriter, okay, locate somebody that is good at writing songs. Okay. And I can tell you this, not every songwriter is a good musician. Okay. And not every musician is a good songwriter.
That's true.
And you guys know most of the A-listers out there are not songwriters. Okay. They get songs from somebody else and they perform the hell out of them. Okay. They get those records. So as a young, early starting artist, okay, know what you do, be comfortable with what you do in your lane. Okay. And be open enough to find somebody outside of your lane that is good at what they do, that can help you. Okay. So because we can't do it all. Our biggest downfall is our sense of insecurities, thinking that we're not good enough, or we're not this, or we're not that. I don't know if I look good. I don't, you know, it's how you produce your music and how you perform your music on stage and how you talk to the audience. Ground zero, that's where it starts.
Okay.
And you communicate with that audience. Okay. That audience is also going to talk to the venue people by merely showing up. Okay. That speaks volumes to the venue people. Right. So, and as an artist, you have to have a relationship with your audience. Are you speaking to them? And if you're going to sit on a stool and just play to a mic like you're practicing a session, you're not communicating with that artist. Okay. Get up, go around. If you're a guitar player, go down, sit next to somebody at that table in front of the stage, play to them. Okay. Because the table next to them is going, I want them to sit here. Okay. So it's all about relationships. So relationships with the people that you work with and relationships with your audience. Okay. It starts from there. And
the role. That's the role in life.
It's got to be your message out there.
Yeah, it really is. That's a great message. And we're about to close here on the show. You're on right now with the Beat and the Business under BSG, Boots, Stars, Guitars, here with Ray Swoope, Tracy Two-Step, and tonight, Ron Fontenot.
Man,
Make sure you get his name right.
Hey, before we check out though, Ron, if I were an independent artist that wanted to get some work done, do you do headshots? Like, do you, or I have some venues and stuff go, how do I connect with you? How do I go somewhere and take a look at your samples and see what you got going on? And then I connect with you so that I can potentially fly you out or fly out to meet you. And you, or if I'm local to the city, how do I get how do I get to work with you?
The easiest way now is just through my social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. It's Ron Fontenot Photography. That's it. Okay. Website is the same thing, ronfontenotphotography.com. You can go in there, look at some stuff that I've done. There's shots, there's galleries where you can see what it looks like in a studio, how I catch your act on stage, how I capture you in a recording studio, behind the scenes. You can see all of that stuff. You can see some magazine covers that I've done. You can see a stack of album covers and EP covers that I've created. You can do that. There it is. I try not to do a lot of selling myself. I let my work do the selling. Okay. And
that's right.
You see it in that. And the other thing that I have told people, because I've had people ask me, is, well, how do I find a good photographer? I said, well, it all starts with passion. You're very passionate about your music and your art. I am about photography and capturing art. If you go to look for another photographer, I suggest you find a photographer who is very passionate about what they do. And what they do needs to include capturing your performance on stage. If they're not passionate about doing that, they'll never understand your passion as an artist. Okay. At that point, you might as well hire the guy that changed your oil last week, or the guy that got the neighbor's wedding or something like that. I don't do weddings. I don't do daycares. I don't do high school seniors. I don't do family reunions. Okay. If it's on stage, I'm interested. If it's not, I save it for later. Let somebody else do it. Because we're all good at doing what is interested to us and at our heart. Wedding photographers are very good at what they do. because they like that. I suck at it. Okay. So,
I say don't do it, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my advice.
So find a photographer. So one question I asked one artist, they were in a band. I said, what would you do if your bass player dropped out? You just going to walk down the neighborhood and see if somebody else happens to have a bass in their closet?
Right.
No, you're going to want to interview them. You're going to see them, what they do. You're going to see, do the same thing when you hire a photographer.
Right.
Because you're asking that guy to capture images that you're going to use in your business.
Right.
That you're going to use to make you money. Okay?
Right.
That's a very serious assignment.
Right.
Especially in music, is an independent artist representing. Most definitely. We just got somebody put that. They said, especially for an independent artist, that is a representation of you that you are supplying out there is the first thing that someone's going to get. So like a first impression that they are going to have, you need to be able to send that. Now it's in the times we're in, you should be able to just zip that right over. As soon as someone's looking for it, you should already have a whole portfolio. We'll get into all that at Springboard. But Ron knows all about, you need to have, hey, I'm guilty, actually. I haven't even done my true pictures in a long time. So I need to get with Ron myself, everybody. So you do need to go find Ron Fontenot Photography. Go check him out. You can go there. I see all of you asking me. I love your work. Every bit of your work. I love every bit of it. I love your jacket right now. I always love it. I always want his clothes. Literally, I'm like, I want that jacket. There's a gold one.
Yeah. Oh,
there is.
That's
he has this gold jacket that I'm like, huh. So yeah, when you're tired of that, let me know.
Well, I've been real blessed to photograph people in several corners of the world. And I'm based out of Houston. And but I tell people my passport's good everywhere, and we can it all can be done. Okay, timing is important. Of course, our budgets are important, and you know what? When the stars align, nothing can go wrong. It's not always that it's got to be done right now. I've never had a project go well where I'm trying to force everything, the single thing. It's just a hair pulling adventure. Every time we turn around, there's something in the way, or this is in the way. That project is doomed to fail. So to be able to read those situations when you're trying to create your project gets into a lot of timing. Okay. And when you deal with several people, a lot of those things have to come into play. But when the time is right, everything works. That's what we call a magical moment then. And it works really good. So go find you a photographer that's interested in capturing you and capturing your emotion and capturing your passion for your art. Okay. He's got to have that connection with you. If he doesn't understand your connection, your passion, get the guy sacking groceries for you to shoot it, because that's what's going to happen.
For sure. Man, that's some really, really sound advice, Ron. I greatly appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate you guys.
Priceless jewels, man. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get at Springboard. SpringboardFestivals.com, SpringboardTexas.com. That's what you get. You get that wealth of information.
And, yes, definitely. So if you go to Springboard, it's springboardfest.com. If you go to right now, Springboard Texas, spell Texas, Texas, literally I have to spell it, springboardtexas.com, you'll find the schedule. That is this week and this weekend, running all through the week, running through Texas, then jumping over to multiple areas, whether it's New Orleans or it's Memphis, Nashville, all sorts of stuff. So anyone out there listening, go check that out. And trust me, you want to be there. And yes, it is free. Someone's asked me, it's free? And I'm like, yes, it is free. When you say 365 things to do free ATX, where I'm at, they know what I just said. I just told them in Austin, Texas, where it's the live music capital of the world, there's something 365 that's free. There's a whole group of people, a whole community. And I am confirming to you, it is free. So ATX, all of you, even if you are coming in from, I've got someone coming in from, the beach, right on the borders here of the water. Just met them at the Music Awards, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I think I might have found my people."
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, you probably did, but wait till you get there."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you guys know when you walk into the room, the energy in the room is electric because everybody in that room has the same mindset and passion about their art as you do. Okay.
Right.
You're in a room of your next new family. Okay.
Right.
And that's what it is. There's no judgment. Nobody's there to put you down. Nobody's there to step on you or put you, stab you in the back. We're all there to help each other up and lift each other up to make successes of ourselves. Okay. And we can do that when we have a great team of it. We're better together than we are apart. Okay.
Yeah, right.
This is the place you can go to do that. Okay.
Right.
And there's no commitment to it. Your own commitment is going to be your energy and your willingness to just open yourself up to somebody next to you and start a relationship.
For sure.
Open that up, start that communication, start networking. You're going to find out that you have a world of people around you that feel and think just like you do. Okay.
For sure.
Definitely.
It's a magical environment. That's about all I can say. I've been doing it since 2016.
For sure.
Every year I learn something new.
Dope.
Every year I learn something new.
Okay. What are you talking
about? My first.
What'd you say?
It's going to be my first, actually. Although I know a lot of them, we are working together and grabbed our nonprofit for an area. Next year, I'm going to jump into Austin.
Yeah.
So we're close to Austin this year. That's the 31st.
Right.
I'm confirming over here. But again, go to the website. It is the 31st. That one moves up into San Marcos. It's right out of, South Austin hits it. That's where there's a lot of good music there right now. So I'm confirming, yes. And if you look at the website, you can find dates on every bit of this. The actual conference itself is Thursday, Friday. Is it 1 to 5, Ron? It's going all day.
Yeah, it is. It's an all day thing.
Yeah, it's an all day.
Yeah, there's going to be a schedule produced out there where the discussion panels will be listed and
Exactly.
so not all of us are interested in every single line item on the interest, but the good part is you're not committed to any of them. Come into the ones that interest you.
Right.
Sometime in your life later on, maybe next year or the year after, the discussion panel that you are not interested in today is going to be interesting to you next time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be relative to you. That's it. So this is really a thing. I've been a member of the Grammy organization for 10 years. And one other thing that I do is a little bit of performance coaching where I will help artists say, well, how can you enhance your performance? Is there something I'm missing? Okay. This is, I can't tell you other than I'm sure Tracy knows that every A-lister out there has a performance coach and a vocal coach. Okay. And a stylist. They all do. Yes, that's a mandatory thing. You've got to have that because, first of all, your performance has got to be spot on, okay? And it's got to be able to hold the audience. Now, as a photographer, I see a lot of performances. Some of them are real good. Some of them are real bad, okay? But from where I sit, I see what the audience sees. And I can tell you that needs to be cleaned up or this is really good. Spin this out. Do that. Okay, or do something else with your look or that hairstyle. You need to get rid of that color, girl. That's not working no more. Okay, all those fake braids, you need to cut that out. And do the real you. So I've coached some artists on their performance quality to get them to do some things. Okay, and it works. It's another opinion, but from where I sit, I see what makes the audience stay in their seats instead of going to the bar.
Right, for sure.
And that's what you want. So
we love it. We love it.
We see you guys there. And of course, I always enjoy our conversation. I always enjoy our visits and stuff. And Ray, tell your mama hi for me. And we miss y'all.
Yes, sir. We'll certainly will.
We will. We're going to end up closing out here on the Beat in the Business. Not over here with you. Stand by, everybody. I see you there. They're asking a question, Ron. And when we close out, Ray and I will stay with, does that say 13.8K? So 13.8 thousand live or at least listening to you. So that's a good thing.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Thank you all for listening.
One thing, DJ Queen wants to know if I need to change my hair and my look. And I was like, interesting. All right. I don't know if I want that answer like on air here. He'll see me soon, but if you need to drop it down there in the comments, whatever you think. And also, let me clear something up. Performance enhancement means performing on a stage, your visuals in the entertainment industry as a musician, or it could be me on a show. It could be you visually, not where you were going. So somebody else, you got that many people tuning in. They were having fun with the show in the comments, and I have to clear it up because that stays with the show. So it's been great having you on, Ron. I cannot wait to see you. We're going to close out here, and I'm going to let Ray do the closing here on The Beat in the Business with Booth Stars Guitars. I'm Tracy Two-Step.
That's Tracy Two-Step. I am Ray Swoope. That's my man Ron Fontenot, and I just want to thank you for popping out, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you,
dropping your priceless, infinite wisdom. I always, we talk, from time to time, and just a lot of the game that you give me, I just knew that it would be perfect. A lot of the stuff a lot of structure that you give me with regards to, dealing with my sets and stuff like that. I just want to thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys. For all the audience, feel free to browse that website and see the musicians tab and browse through the stuff that I've taken, and hopefully it'll give them some inspiration that they can pass on, and maybe a request from their photographer. Can you get this angle? Can I look like this? Can my performance be shown from this perspective? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And keeping that audience wondering, what are you going to look like next?
Right.
Keep them showing up. I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron.
Definitely. We love it. Thank you for coming on, Ron. I cannot wait.
I'll see you this weekend. I'll definitely see you this weekend.
Okay, good night, y'all.
Good night, Ron. Nice to see you again. We will see you soon. I'm going to close this out here, Ray.
Tell us hello.
I'll do it.
We're going to close out here on The Beat and the Business tonight with Ray Swoope, myself, Tracy Two-Step, with The Beat and the Business for BSG, Booth Stars Guitars. And we're going to turn over to you. I see you, Big Sheriff. No, I didn't let him answer on purpose. I didn't want to hear it. One more thing to check out here. It says, see you soon, Ron. I didn't see that. I see it now. I'm going to close with Ray Swoope right now. And then we will come to you. No, we didn't get to do the music. Hey, Eazy-E, nice to see you. Let me close and we will be right to you.
Little bit reckless, you can't hang, you can't handle Texas heat.